Today, I'm proud to announce a new product launch that we're doing in partnership with woodworker and inventor Andy Klein. It's called Wood Whisper Thread Taps. Our thread taps are designed exclusively for use in wood. They feature 3 wide flutes for chip ejection, a unique cutting face for a cleaner cutting action, a long shaft for versatility, and a hex shank for use in a drill. I was first introduced to the concept of tapping threads in wood when I built my split-top Rubo workbench, and it worked really well to attach various hardware pieces to the bench itself. And then I later used the technique when I built a platform bed, and that worked great too. Since then, I've thought of different applications for it, including jigs and fixtures. Imagine being able to attach and reattach components, and also, of course, knock down hardware is a great application for this. And you don't even need the traditional T-nuts and threaded inserts that we would typically use for this. So why do we need taps that are designed specifically for wood? Traditional taps have square ends. Ours have hex ends so that you can use a drill. You can see on this one just how much slipping I had when I used it in the drill. With traditional taps, you need to go pretty slow. Our taps cut faster and clear the chips better. And if you've ever shopped for taps, there's a pretty overwhelming variety of sizes, styles, and materials to sort through, and it's not clear which ones would work best in wood. So let's tap a few holes. Simply drill the appropriate sized hole for the tap, chuck up the tap, and cut the threads. Then install the bolt or screw. Now here's a look at the 1/2" tap in action where you can really see those threads. Now you might be wondering, just how strong could this stuff be? Well, from personal experience, I could tell you that my workbench has held up perfectly. I haven't had to even retighten any of the bolts or screws, and there's been no slippage or breakage or stripping of the threads. And the bed that I built as well is holding up just fine. Now that's my personal experience, but Andy has gone through and actually done a strength test that you might want to check out so you can see what the limits actually are. So what other kinds of projects could you use these for? Well, this is one of those tools that can kind of unlock your creativity. Once you have this in your back pocket, suddenly all kinds of things come to mind that you could build with it, but here are a few examples. How about some custom wooden hardware like Andy made here? Or using all thread to connect some legs to a table? And how about jigs and fixtures like these 45-degree angle blocks that Andy made for his biscuit joiner? Or attaching this hardware to a vice jaw. Now, if you're interested in buying one or a set of these taps, go to www.threadtaps.com and you get all the information there on how to participate in the pre-sale. Now, there is a fixed pre-sale period, and then we'll actually have these things manufactured right here in the US and hopefully get them in your hands by June 23rd. All right, so Andy and I really appreciate the support. We'll have a few more projects coming out to show you various applications on how these things can be used, but we hope you'll help us out and participate in this grassroots effort to bring a pretty cool new tool to the market. Thanks, everybody.